Posthumous. It's the word about something happening after someone's death, like getting an award or they release something after they have already passed. And it is something that I actually thought was posthumous for a long time, and it's something that people mispronounce very frequently, which I don't blame them, because it's not obvious how it should be pronounced, and it also makes me think of posthumous, and it's a little strange for it to be like humor, death, and even though it is not that, that's kind of what I thought a lot of the time, and why I want to switch things up. And what I was planning on doing was adease, which is like to release something AD after death. Also, you are then at ease when you are releasing this thing. And then I was gonna end it off by being like, oh, Mountain Dew, you better sponsor me or you just might get adease nuts. But then I realized that also I'm creating like the problem that I was trying to solve in a way where I'm like, why would it be posthumous? It shouldn't be all silly like this when it's just about that person's dead. Which is why I'm instead going with adest, which is pretty similar because it's like you can attest to what that person was because of this new thing that has released AD after their death. And they're also at rest as this final thing comes out, or maybe not final. Some people release a lot of things after they have passed, as I'll address in Song of the Day, because Lil Peep just had another album. I think he's had like 4 after he died. I don't even know, man, it's crazy. So what I have for my substitute for posthumous that I must absolutely adhere to is adest, stay blessed, best through the rest, peace out. By the way, posthumous, adest, posthumously is just going to be adesty. There you go. Song of the Day is Vibe by Lil Peep, and this comes from his new album, which just came out 5 years after he died. So an extremely adest album. And I've only heard this song a couple times as I just listened to the album for the first time yesterday. However, I was pretty impressed by it overall. It really sounded good. I don't know why it had to wait 5 years, but it's here. I'm happy about it, I guess. This one has his typical just really laid back, depressed delivery that I enjoy. It's also just kind of referencing the vibe that he'll be able to maintain and that he built up and how he's going to live through it, which is a cool sentiment, I think. And that's been a little bit of a thought of me going through this series as well, as I've kind of mentioned. It's almost like I'm documenting myself, and it's like, this is who I am as a person. So whenever I'm gone, like, I'm here. This is what I am. And so the vibe is out there. Then for the video of the day, it comes from Tommy Boy because I wanted to spotlight something from Chris Farley, that tremendous comedian. And this is a movie that I watched super frequently when I was young. And this clip is gotta be one of the best of the movie. I rewatched it and it absolutely gets a no-stap ass. It was so good. He goes through the process of what it's like him trying to make a sale with his little pet, and that sequence is so good. Also, the final pooper scooper line really gets me out of David Spade. And this clip is certainly worth watching. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Tommy Boy, if it's something that a lot of people kind of watched when they were young. Because I think it came out in 1995, and it's not like it's a movie exactly for like young people at that time too. So maybe a little obscure for me to be well-versed in this movie, but it's a great one. And Chris Farley was just an absolute legend, so really wanted to pay respect to that man. That's what we got for today, little doopy shoot.